Somewhere outside Washington, there is a building that cost more than $1 billion, and it is completely dark. Inside, the racks are installed, the accelerators are bolted in, the lease is signed, the power is contracted, the tenant is waiting. Everything you need to run artificial intelligence is sitting in that room, and none of it is turned on. Not because of a chip shortage, not because of a power shortage, because of one piece of equipment, a steel box, that is still 2.5 years away from being delivered. This video is about the wall nobody sees, the one that sits behind the chip, behind the power plant, behind everything we've covered so far, and quietly decides whether any of it ever switches on. Start with demand, because demand is not the problem. Across North America, data center vacancy has sat at roughly 1% for 2 straight years. 1%. The buildings are so full that tenants signing leases today are contracting for space that won't be delivered until 2028. And the money behind it is staggering. The largest cloud companies are spending well over $600 billion this year alone. So, near zero vacancy, years-long waiting lists, and more capital than any industry has ever deployed. By every normal measure, this should be the easiest building boom in history. It isn't. Because somewhere between the money and the finished data center, there's a gate, and it's not the one the headlines are watching. Here's the wall. It's a transformer, not the robot kind, the boring kind. A large steel and copper box that takes the enormous voltage coming off a power line and steps it down to something a server can actually use. Every data center needs them. Without one, the power reaches the fence and stops. And according to Wood Mackenzie's supply chain survey, large power transformers now take about 128 weeks to deliver, roughly 2.5 years. The units that tie big power plants into the grid take 144 weeks. Some specialized orders stretch to 4 years. Read that again. You can have the chips, you can have the building, you can have a signed contract for the power, and you will still wait 2.5 years for a box. Prices for those boxes are up 77% since 2019, and demand for the largest units has grown more than 200%, while the factories that make them have barely moved. The research firm Sightline Climate tracked 140 American data center projects planned for this year, about 16 gigawatts of capacity. Their estimate, 30 to 50% will slip into 2027 or later. Only about 5 of those 16 gigawatts are actually under construction today. So who gets paid in a world where the scarce thing is the equipment, the companies that make the equipment? Vertiv, ticker VRT, builds the power and cooling systems that go inside these buildings. Last quarter, its sales grew 30% and its adjusted earnings grew 83%, with full-year guidance of around $14 billion. And Eaton, ETN, makes the electrical backbone, the switchgear, the breakers, the transformers themselves. Its data center sales grew about 65% last quarter. But the number that tells the real story isn't Eaton's own order book. It's bigger than that. On its last earnings call, Eaton's chief executive pointed to the total amount of data center capacity now backed up across the United States, 307 gigawatts. That's the whole industry's pipeline, every announced project, waiting in line. By Eaton's own math, that's about 15 years of work at today's build rate, with most of it not arriving until 2028 or later. For a company that sells the electrical guts of every one of those buildings, that isn't a forecast, it's a runway. Here's the reveal that matters. The bottleneck was never really the chip or the power plant. It's the box between them, and only a handful of companies on Earth make it. Now watch what this does to the companies that own the buildings. Equinix and Digital Realty are the 2 largest data center landlords in the world. Equinix says it plans to double its capacity by 2029. Digital Realty is racing to bring 5 gigawatts of new space online across 40 metro areas. On paper, they're the biggest winners of all. They own the scarce real estate in exactly the markets everyone is fighting over. But here's the twist, they're waiting in the same line. The land is theirs, the demand is theirs, and their own buildings are throttled by the exact same transformer queue as everyone else's. That's what makes this bottleneck so total. It doesn't just delay the newcomers. It reaches all the way up to the landlords who own the ground the whole boom is standing on. So step back and look at the whole picture. To turn $1 of AI spending into a running server, that dollar passes through a chip, a power plant, a signed connection, And now, a transformer. 4 of those we've covered before. This is the 5th. And notice the pattern. It's the same one every time. You don't get paid most reliably by owning the thing everyone's racing for. You get paid by owning the narrow step everyone has to pass through and can't skip. That's the whole alpha signal thesis in one line. When the shortage moves, follow it. Right now it has moved to the equipment, and the companies that sell that equipment collect on every project stuck waiting. The dark building isn't their problem, it's their order book. Now, before you write those 2 names down, turn the whole thing over. Every word so far assumes this shortage lasts. What if it doesn't? Here's the honest part. What's actually changed since the worst of the crisis in 2023 isn't the length of the wait, it's the predictability. Manufacturers have gotten better at quoting realistic dates, and they are adding capacity, new factories, new lines. The catch is, those factories take years to come online, so relief, if it comes, arrives after this wave of spending. But after still matters. Vertiv and Eaton have already run enormous distances, and their stocks are priced for this shortage to continue. If it eases faster than expected, that premium can come out quickly. And be honest about what the evidence shows. This is a delay problem, capital sitting idle, buildings waiting on equipment. It is not a permanent stoppage of artificial intelligence. The shortage is real and expensive, and also, eventually, fixable. Anyone who tells you it lasts forever is selling you the top. So here's the board. 2 names, the ones who sell the scarce box. VRT, Vertiv, the power and cooling systems inside the building. ETN, Eaton, the switchgear, breakers, and transformers that feed it. And 2 names that are not on this list, on purpose. Equinix and Digital Realty, EQIX and DLR, own the scarce ground. But they're standing in the same equipment line as everyone else. This video was never about who owns the building. It was about who sells the one part the building can't open without. If you followed this series, you know the 4 gates: printing the chip, packaging it, generating the power, connecting it to the grid. Today we found a 5th wall, standing quietly behind the 4th. Even connected power can't reach the rack, without a box that's 2.5 years out. So, question for the comments. When the shortage finally clears the equipment gate, where does it move next? Because it always moves somewhere. Next time, we follow it, to the one shortage you can't fix by writing a bigger check: the people.